Hello and welcome to a pick a card reading. Today this reading is going to be about spirit guides, who they are. We're going to try to get some messages on what they look like, their personality, what they're doing in your life, how they're helping you, signs that they're communicating with you, all of that good stuff. So we have 4 piles. We have pile 1, the Magician, pile 2, Star, pile 3, Strength, and pile 4, Judgment. So take your time until you have a pile or piles that resonate with you, and I will see you at your reading. Hi pile 1 and welcome to your reading. So we have the Magician card here as your main overall card and theme for the reading. This tells me that your spirit guide is likely very ambitious. They are here to help you manifest your goals and your dreams, whatever you are progressing on right now, whatever it is that you want to create. They're here to help you make that happen. This is someone who's already done what you've done. They've mastered it, they've completed it, they've completed the cycle that you're currently on, and they're here to help you make sure that you can complete that same cycle. They're going to have little secret tips and tricks. So, if you're ever trying to do something and something just kind of comes to you, that's them helping you along your way because they've mastered this and they know how to make it happen. They've already learned this. They've already been down the path that you're on. They've already made the mistakes and figured out how to, the easiest way, the quickest way. So they're to make those things happen. So they're kind of like a mentor to you. Because they're a master at what they've done. They've already done this. So they're here with all of that background information to help you manifest these goals and these dreams. I'm also seeing they're really ambitious. They're really determined. They know what they want and they know how to make it happen. So they might be kind of pushy in how they, not pushy, but if you get a sign or you have a feeling that you should do something one way and you do it a different way instead, that one way that you were suggested that you ignored is going to keep coming back and back and back because your guide knows that's the right way to go, and they're going to make sure that you follow the proper path. So you might go end up going like on roundabout trips until you get to the path that you knew you should have started the first time. And we're going to pull some cards to get some information on their personality, their characteristics. We have Servant, light attributes, delights in serving others with a free and loving heart. Shadow attributes, using the lack of money as an excuse not to move forward with life. Yeah, this just tells me that they're very focused on you and what's your best good. I feel like you're their main priority right now. Like which is why this is someone who's ambitious and focused on manifesting a goal or a dream. And that manifestation, their manifestation, their ambition is to make sure that you complete your manifestation and your karmic cycle that you're currently in. So this is someone who's here and they're helping you because they want to. There's no other reason for them to be helping you. I feel like they've already completed their cycle. They've already learned all their lessons. They're just here because they want to see you complete your lessons. It's almost like they're your, an old friend or someone that you've known in the past or someone that you've been on these cycles before. And, maybe you both reincarnated to one life and they completed the cycle before you did. And now they're like, hey, like you need to catch up. Like, come on, you're taking so long. So they're just here kind of as like a friendly presence is what I'm seeing, to help you, guide you, make sure that you get, where you're supposed to go. So they're here just helping you in any way that they can. So if you need help, they're the one that's going to be there if you ask for help, because they're here just at your beck and call, like here to serve you and make sure that you get the help that you need, the messages you need, the signs that you need to manifest this goal in this dream, whatever area of life this is in. This could be like a main one, like one that's over your entire life, or it could just be a specific one, but we'll get more information on that. This also might be someone who kind of gives you signs and things without you needing to necessarily ask for them. They might just be watching and anticipating your needs in regards to this. And I feel like they don't want anything in return. They just want to see you succeed. And I feel like that message is being stressed, that this is something they're doing just because they want you to succeed. So I'm going to pull an impression card or two. I want to get a bit more on their personality, or, you know, what type of feel the messages and signs that they give you might have. So that might be how you can recognize them. And we'll get a third one. So we have determined to impress you. Yeah, so this is someone who is here to serve you, to make sure that you get where you need to go. And I feel like they're going to go above and beyond what you need. So if you ask for a sign, say, you know, you don't know if you should do X or Z, you go, hey, like, send me a bird if I should do X. And then the next day you wake up and there's a flock of crows. Like, they'll go above and beyond to make sure that you reach the goal that you want to reach and get to where you want to go and complete this cycle. Okay, and then we have immature and childish. Yeah, so again, like the example that I gave you. You might even have experienced that example, because that was the image that I got immediately. This is someone who's going to be very fun and playful with how they do it, with how they show signs and help guide you. So, you know, if you ignore the sign you're getting, they're going to keep throwing that back into your path, but it's going to be like in a playful, like, hey, like nudging, like, do this instead, this will be more fun, this is better way to go about it. So that's a feeling I'm getting from that. Clever and sharp-witted. Yeah, and I feel like these all kind of, you know, the feeling I'm getting is really just a smart, playful, fun. Like, they will do things, like their signs and their symbols are going to be just extravagant and like very witty. So like expect like plays on what you ask for, almost like the practical jokes, like inside jokes between you. So you might ask for something and you'll get something like the flock of crows, and you'll go, ha, I get it, ha, it's funny. And then like later that day, if you one crow that's just kind of like following you or something, just for them to be like a witty playback on it. So I feel like this is kind of definitely this playful rivalry, like not rivalry, but there's definitely this playful camaraderie that I'm getting. And I really do think that for many of you, this was a friend or someone that you've been in lives with for a while, and you know this person deeply and you're very, very, very close with them. Because the feeling I'm getting is just playful and fun and to help. And it's almost like, hey, like, catch up, let's play again. Like, they just want to like keep playing. Okay, so we're going, for anyone who wants to use these, you can. These are just physical characteristic cards, so we're going to see if we can get any information on what they may look like in case you see them in dreams, or maybe there's someone that you like who's passed away or something. It's all for, you know, this is a general reading, so it's all what resonates with you. Okay, we'll try and get one or two more, because this is a lot of people watching this, so you never know. Everyone looks different. So a square face, if that's relevant. Okay, and we have a heart-shaped face. Hooded eyes. Square face, hooded eyes. We're going to put these down here. Dark skin. Might be relevant for somebody. Unique hair color cut, aquiline nose, and then we have heart-shaped face as well as the square face. So it just looks like there's a few people popping up here to comment. So any of these features might be relevant to you if you want to use those. And now we're going to pull a card to see if we can get some information on what this, like, what it might be, like how they might like message you or talk to you, or the signs they might show you. And I feel compelled to get two of these. So we have talent. So I feel like if there's anything that you are good at, or you have a flow moment with, or you enjoy doing and kind of forget the time, they're going to show themselves while you're doing that. So they're going to be there in the flow moment. So if you dance, or you write, or you're a good public speaker, or you play sports, when you're in that flow zone, that's when they're going to show up. And I feel like it goes back to, they just want to serve you. Like, they want to make sure that you do well at this. They want you to succeed at it, but I'm also seeing they want to, like, they communicate with you when you're enjoying yourself. That's another message I'm getting, that when you're enjoying yourself is when they're going to make their, oh, this is too many, so we're going to put these back. But when you're enjoying yourself is when they're going to show up to you and communicate with you. And I think that goes back with the playful feeling that I was getting. Finding. Yeah, and if you ask, they will be there. They're literally at your beck and call is what I'm seeing. So all you have to do is just ask or just look for signs, and they will throw them there, because they're waiting, and like they're literally, like, I feel like they're just constantly here watching and anticipating what you may need. I'm actually just going to move these up so we can get these in frame a little bit better. Okay. So now we're going to see if there's a specific area of your life that they're involved in. Moon, the soul. If you're big on astrology, you could see where the moon falls in your chart. That may be important. Number 2 might be important as well if you're into numerology. So in this deck, the moon is about hidden messages, intuition, what your gut says. It's also about, you know, the intimate side of who you are. So who you are in secret, how you respond emotionally to things. In this deck as well, I believe it can also come up for past lives, which I think just confirms that this is someone that you were intimate with and that you knew very, like, deeply in a past life as well. And I feel like it's also just confirming that this is someone that you're going to have around you for your entire life. It's someone who is, like, going to be close with you. Like, they're going to know you, who you are. And I think because they know you so well, they're able to send you these signs without you even knowing that you need them. The moon card here comes up when you may not know where you're going, that things feel obscured or, you know, confusing. So this guide is just, they're here for your entire life. They're just here. This is one of your main guides. They're just holding your hand and taking you down the right path to make sure you get where you need to go to complete the cycles you need to complete. This is someone who loves you deeply as well with the moon card here. This is just a deep love as well. They are here for you. And then we have the Tower and the Knight of Pentacles. So this guide is here for when you feel like you've hit dead ends, or you feel like your life has just exploded, or things are no longer working, or your life feels unstable. They're here to make sure you get through those times. And they're doing this with this playful, happy nature, because they want you to know that this in the grand scheme of things is not as big of a deal as it feels in the moment. They know that you can overcome all the challenges and the lessons and everything you've planned for your life or set out for your life. And they're here to make sure that you can overcome that. And they really want to stress, they want you to maintain your enjoyment, like your happiness, and to do things that you enjoy. And that's a message I'm getting. The reason why they show themselves and show signs and communicate with you so strongly when you are, doing something that brings you happiness and enjoyment and that you're good at, is because they want you to associate that. Not just with them, but with the feelings they're trying to give you. Like, they want you to associate that with the happiness and the positivity, because when life is hard and gets you down, they're here behind the scenes just giving you signs and making sure that you can overcome them. But they don't want you to lose this. They don't want you to lose the happiness. They don't want you to lose that, childlike joy you have in these things that are important to you. And they're stressing that message as well. They want you to maintain that as you move through, because they're here holding your hand. Like, they're here making sure that you can get through all of this. And that's a message that they're stressing as well, that if there's a hard time, if you feel confused, or like you feel like it's a challenging period in your life, they're here just like trying to make you laugh. They just want to make you laugh and brighten it up. Yeah, they just want to make sure that you maintain that, the same childlike, clever, sharp-witted feeling that they have throughout all of this. This guide is like a guiding light, I'm seeing, with the Finding card and the Knight of Pentacles. They're going to shine spotlights on your path forward. So if you feel lost and confused, if you feel like you don't know what to do or what path to take, this guide is going to shine the spotlight, and they're going to shine it in a way that you can't ignore, because it's going to be like almost absurd. Like the signs that you get, they're going to be overblown or comical, or just something you can't ignore. And I feel like that's why this guide makes them like so outlandish and so immature and just over the top, because they don't want you to ignore the signs that they're sending you, the spotlights they're sending you, because they want to make sure that you get through all of your challenging situations, because they're the Knight of Pentacles here, I believe. I feel like they're this solid rock that's going to make your world feel more stable. So you just need to make sure that you ask for signs, ask for help, because they're there just sending them to you, and to pay attention and listen. If something seems like huge, or just like if a sign seems almost too big to be true, like you asked for crows and you got a whole flock, you're like, well, that can't be it. Like I asked for one. No, that was it. They just wanted to make sure that you knew that was a yes, like a resounding yes, like that's the proper path, that's the proper way. This guide, they're very powerful. They can make anything they want happen. They're a very powerful guide. As the Magician, they're here because they want to make sure, they want to ensure that you manifest and you get your goals that you plan. So they're here to make sure that that happens. So now we're going to see if there's any more information on what they're doing, like what the specific like purpose is. I feel like this one wants to come out. Soften, softly, softly, the tender touch. Oh, that one flew. And we have rebirth. This guide is here telling you that you don't need to try so hard to get the results that you want. They're saying that throwing effort and force and strength, you might have found that when you do that, you hit a brick wall, and you keep throwing more and more and more work at it, and the brick wall just gets like bigger and bigger and bigger, and you can't overcome it. You can't like brute force. This guide is telling you there's a smarter way to manifest what you want, and it's not through brute force. It's not through excessively doing the same things again and again and again and again. It's about surrendering to it, to let this be known, like let what you want be known, and they'll bring it into your life. This card talks about not needing to push so hard to get what's naturally coming to you. This guide is here to make sure you get this manifestation, whatever this is, whatever this goal is, whatever this is, that is so important to you. And I feel like it's just your entire life. Like maybe you're someone who, if you just trust the universe will provide, things just kind of fall into your lap. But as soon as you start distrusting that and getting scared that it won't happen, that's when you start getting those blocks. And I feel like that goes back with the Tower, where when you hit this wall or feel like you can't make something happen, your guide's here to kind of guide you and show you that you're a naturally abundant being, and that, you know, things are going to come to you because you're just supposed to have them. And I'm also seeing from these two cards that, you know, this guide is here just to make your life easier. That, you know, you have worked very, 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 very hard to get where you are, and to get the things that you've gotten, and to, you know, reach the life lessons and the karmic cycles to complete them with it the way that you have. And this guide is saying that you worked so, so hard. And I don't know if this is over this lifetime or over like multiple, but it's saying that, you know, at least for now in this lifetime, you may have this belief from, you know, previous lives, we have to work so, so, so hard to get what you want. This guide is saying, no, in this lifetime, you're reaping the rewards of everything you've done in the past. And that's why there's that's why that they're here, just, you know, holding your hand, anticipating what you need to get where you're going, because you know, this guide is here to show you that things can just come to you. You put the work in past lives, and now you're reaping the abundance of that. And that's why they're here. You don't need to work as hard as you did in the past. You are getting the abundance that you've earned. And with the rebirth card, this just tells me that this is going to be a major life karmic event or life cycle, or, you know, some major event. This is just an overall major event in your life that they're here to help you reach. And you don't need to work so hard for this because it's naturally yours. It's something that is naturally yours, that you've earned and that you deserve. So I'm seeing that they're just trying to imbue this childlike nature because they want you to lighten up a little bit with this. Like, this isn't something, like, you want this so hard, either consciously or in your soul. And they're saying that you don't need to work so hard for this. It's yours already. It's just, you have to wait for it to come. Like, you just have to let it come to you naturally. And they really want you to enjoy the process and to maintain, you know, this happiness and this playfulness. And I'm feeling that a lot, to maintain that playfulness and not become bogged down in the wanting and the desire to have this, because this will come on its divine timing, but it's yours. It's yours. You've earned this. And that's the main message I'm getting, is that you don't need to work so hard for what this is, and they're here to show you that. Okay, and we're going to get any final messages on, you know, what they're doing, any messages. Occupation, house, community. I feel like this is just a final confirmation that this guide is working very hard in your private life, and outside of that, I feel like they're trying to take your private life, like who you are, what you've learned on a personal level over like this lifetime and past lifetimes, and put that into the community. By that I mean do something good to help other people. So, you know, this is your time, this is your life to help others grow, help others learn, to spread what you've learned to others, to help them grow and help them, you know, manifest what they need and to complete cycles as well. And I feel like this is just confirmation that this guide here is helping you put what you've learned through your soul's journey and put that back out into the world. And that's why we have the rebirth. Like, you've spent, you know, lifetimes building and growing and developing everything that you are and who you are, and all of your skills and karmic life cycles and all of those, you know, talents and innate abilities. And, you know, now it's your time to put that out into the world, and to, you know, to make sure that you put that out. This guide is here leading you on the right path, helping you get there. And I think that's why we have talent pop up here as well, because when you do your talent, that's when you're doing this. That's when you're spreading this, like, all of this healing energy into the world. Whatever your talent is. Now, this could be any talent. This is a general reading. This could be dancing. Like, you could be a dancer, and by dancing, you're spreading all of that to the community. But this is different for everyone. But that's why they pop up in the talent, because that's what you have to spread to the world, and that is what they're here to help you do. So that's all I have for you, Pile 1. Please let me know in the comments below what did and did not resonate. I love hearing from you guys, and thank you for watching. Hi, Pile 2. If you picked this reading, you picked the Star card. You know, this card tells me that your guide is here to really help you feel, develop faith, develop trust, to feel rejuvenated, to really keep optimistic, even when things get tough. I feel like this is a guide that's predominantly involved in your spiritual development. That's just the message I'm getting, but this is a general reading, so we will see what happens as I pull more. But the Star is really, to me, this is someone who is gentle in how they contact you, how they give signs. Very kind, very compassionate messages I'm getting. And I'm seeing this is someone who blesses you with signs and synchronicities. Nothing ever really goes wrong under this person's care, but they may not make themselves too apparent. They might be really behind the scenes here. But you can have faith and have trust that this person will, or this guide rather, will make sure that things go the way they should, and just to really, you can trust this person, put trust and put faith in this guide to help you, even if they are really subtle with how they show signs and how they communicate with you. Okay, so we're going to pull some more cards and get some more information on their personality. Okay, so we have Knight, light attributes, loyalty, romance, and chivalry, a love of honor. Shadow attributes, alliance to a destructive ruler or principal, romantic delusions. And then we have Addict, light attribute, helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. Shadow attributes, compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. I'm sorry if I was just really speeding through those. I need to speak slower. Bully, light attributes, highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. Shadow attribute, conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is that this guide is very much a tough love kind of person. Which is why I was getting the message that they're behind the scenes. I don't think they're going to go out and just be mean. Like, they're not mean. I feel kind. Like, I'm getting a feeling of kindness, of compassion, of sensitivity, of deep, deep, deep caring. But they won't let you, they won't put up with things either. This may be someone that you loved in a past life with the Knight here. And they're here to help you overcome issues that you don't want to have anymore. Now, for Addict, this can be anything. This can just be challenging personality traits or things that you don't want to do. Like, you went into this life saying, you know what, I don't want to procrastinate anymore. Or, you know what, I don't want to be so dependent on how other people think about me. So this guide here is here as like your white knight. This is someone who loves you. Like, I knew there was a deep caring and a deep love here. This is someone who cares for you, and they're doing this because they care for you, because you, like, this is something that you asked them to do. It's not something that, like, this is a pact that you made with them to help you on this lifetime. So that's why they're here, and they're here to help you get out of these negative and challenging traits, whatever this is for you. The bully card tells me that they won't let you do the things you don't want to do. They're going to make it so that they're going to make their disapproval of this activity, not of you, of the activity, known and apparent, but they're only doing that because you asked them to do it. They love you and they care for you. So, you know, if you wanted to do this and it wasn't part of their pact with you, they would fully support you. They're doing this because you asked them to. So if you find that there are certain things that you do that never end well or don't work out, or things get difficult when you do them, like if you give too much to people, like if you're a person who likes to give and make sure other people are taken care of at expense to yourself, and if you find that, you know, you end up losing out when you do that, or they never return the favor, or you end up giving more than you can afford to help, you know, specific people, they might come in here and constantly remind you to put yourself first, whatever way that may be. And I don't feel like this is not negative. This is definitely in a very kind and compassionate way, but I'm very much getting white knight, like they're going to make sure that you know that you're not following the path that you wanted for yourself. This is very much someone who's just helping you fulfill the goals that you set out when you came here. And that's why they're behind the scenes, because when, you know, you want to do this for yourself. This is something that you wanted to do, and this is something that you're working on. So you really wanted someone that was behind the scenes, very kind and very compassionate with how they did it, but no nonsense. So every time that you go against something that you want, they're like your little buddy. They're going to make sure that you get that little, like, no, this is not what you wanted to do when you came down here, and they're going to make sure that you know that. So that's the message I'm getting about their personality and just about your guide in general. Now, I am going to pull some little trait cards. These were meant to be their personality, but in the last pile, they kind of came up as how their signs were. So we'll see what happens with these. And I did drop one, so I'm going to go grab. So I grabbed the one that fell down, and it was Undeniable Beauty. So this tells me that there's the signs that they send you and how they communicate with you is, I'm getting artwork, songs, things that call to you, that make you stop and just are in awe of them, of how they call to you. I'm really getting that these are things, maybe it's nature, like a nature landscape or something along those lines, but this is something that the beauty of it just takes your breath away, and you have to stop and you have to enjoy it, and you have to take it in. So that's how that's one way they send signs. They're just awe-inspiring. These signs make you stop and take pause and take notice. A fondness for practical jokes. Something will seem off, and they take themselves very seriously. Okay, so these two seem contradictory, so we're going to get into that. And I feel like the something will seem off. I feel like that's, like when you see these awe-inspiring views or this art or this song or something, you're going to have this click and you're going to know it's important, but you might not know why. And that's, just them trying to subtly bring your attention to their signs and their messages and what they're trying to say. I feel like they're going to joke around with you because this is someone who knows you very well. So, if you ask for a sign or a message that's not involved in whatever this is that you ask them to help you with, they're going to be cheeky about it. They're going to, communicate back in a funny way or just, send you funny little signs. But when it comes to whatever this situation is for you that you asked them to help you with, they're going to be very serious about that. They're going to be no nonsense. That's a very important mission for them. They really want to make sure that they fulfill what you asked them to fulfill before you came down here. And so if you get a lighthearted message from this guide, then that's not like what they're here to help you with. That's just them, having a conversation with you or helping you on your life in general. But if you get a serious, awe-inspiring message with art or beauty or a song or something that takes your breath away, that you look and you're like, this is important, but I don't know why, that's them trying to help you with what you ask them to help you with. And in that way, they are very, very serious in their job. They take their job very seriously because you mean so much to them. I feel like this is someone you may have dated in a past life or someone that you were very close to, because we have the loyalty and the knight came up, and I really got white knight, the white knight with this, which I think is romance, right? Like the white knight sweeps you off your feet. And I do have some characteristic cards. Now, only use these if they resonate. Depends on, your views on guides. But I figured I would use them just in case. I think I got 6 with the last one, so we'll try and get 6 with this one. So we have deep set eyes. Again, only use these if they resonate. They might not. Mustache. Because this is really, if you think it may be someone that diamond face shape, like someone who passed away or something, or maybe you dreamed of them or something. Fair skin. Your height. Beauty mark. Okay, so that's what we have for the physical characteristic. If those resonate, use them. You will know. This person could also be blonde. Inspiration. So they're going to show signs when you feel inspired. And, I think they're just really reiterating that they show their signs. with awe-inspiring artwork or nature landscapes or something that's so beautiful and so amazing and awe-inspiring, it takes your breath away. That's when they're going to show you, that's how they're going to show you signs, and that's when they're going to communicate with you. And I think they're really stressing that. They're very subtle and behind the scenes with how they do this, how they communicate with you. So, you know, there's always songs and artwork, things like that. That's really the message I'm getting, and they're really stressing that that's how they send their signs. And this is the area of your life. 5th house, creativity. Yeah, so maybe you are the ones creating this artwork as well. Like maybe you kind of write their signs into your artwork, or maybe the artwork that, you know, you do is used to help you heal. But creativity, the 5th house, is brought up here in the area of your life. But this is what brings you joy. The 5th house is your hobbies, things that you create. It can also be like, I've heard the 5th house be used for people who like are on stage and perform. But the 5th house is about creativity, self-expression. It's also about childhood, and children can come up here. But really the message I'm getting is that they're here to help you find yourself through self-expression, and to use that to help you overcome whatever negative traits that you decided that you didn't want to have, and ask them to help you with. I feel like this is very clear. This message is very clear. And it's very, very, very strong with like, this is what it is. So this is a very specific message and a very specific guide. And I feel like that's how their messages are with you as well. So we have the King of Pentacles with the 5 of Pentacles. This tells me that they're here. These 2 cards tell me that they're here to help you bring abundance into your life. If there's this, you know, scarcity mindset, a need, like you feel out in the cold, you feel there's an area of your life or part of your life that you feel like you can never succeed in, or you won't be able to, or you feel alone, or you feel like it's never enough, or it's not going to be enough. This guide is here to help you grow that abundance. The King of Pentacles tells me that I feel like this is your guide coming up here, and they're leading you and helping you, being like a mentor to help you get out of that. And that's where all of this creativity is, because wherever you find that joy and you find that happiness and you find that creativity, that's what you can use. So it will help you get out of this scarcity mindset, out of this fear and this need. I'm also getting the message here that many of you who picked this pile are going to use your art and your creativity as a job, like as a source of income. And I wonder if many of the guides here, because this is about hope, inspiration, and faith, right? Which is like the dreamer of the major arcana. And they could really be pushing you to make that dream a reality, because this lifetime you really, really wanted to create and express yourself and make that a career. So we're going to pull some cards to get some information on what they're doing in your life, what area, maybe some messages, just some final messages. Big, bold vision, number 15. Yes, this just confirms to me that they're here to make your dreams a reality. So if you've been watching this and the entire time you're thinking, well, I want to be an artist, I want to write, I want to paint, I want to do this, that's why they use it as signs. That's why they use it to get your attention, because they want your soul to call out for it so badly that you feel these feelings of, you feel these feelings like you can never have it. You feel these feelings like you're stuck in your situation. And they throw these signs at you and make you want it so badly that they can help you out of that feeling of scarcity mindset, that feeling of lack, like you will never be able to accomplish it, the feeling of like that you are stuck never having that goal is just out of reach. They want you to want it so badly that you will step out and go after it. And that's why they use artwork, and that's why they use your inspiration to get your attention, because you have to want it bad enough to leave the comfort of where you are, to go after something that is so, because, you know, let's be real talk here. Using artwork, using creative projects, using that as a career or like a source of income is, you know, scary. That's very, very, very scary. It's not the traditional way, right? With the big, bold vision, I'm seeing they want you to follow this vision, and they want you to have this vision. So they're going to throw inspiration at you to develop and grow your vision so you can go after it, and so you can create it, and so that you can have it. This is a very clear and very direct message. I feel like if you pick this pile, this is them. This is exactly how they will act with their signs. Experiencing, yeah, they will make it an experience. Like this is an experience. Like this is a very one, like there's one very strong message coming through in this reading, and I feel like they want you to experience it. They want you to experience all of how they message, like how they communicate with you. They want you to see the beauty you know, in the cards. They want you to see that something is a bit off with, maybe it's clicking in a weird way, or maybe something is just like, you know, maybe there's signs in these readings. Maybe the cards themselves, there's a few signs in here for you and you're like, oh, that's off. Maybe some parts of this are just funny because they're inside jokes, or do you know what I mean? Like I feel like their signs are an experience, and they want you to experience it. And they're going to make you experience their signs and the communication as like an event. So they're not going to outright send you, like in the first reading, I said you ask for a bird, they'll send you a flock of crows. They're not going to do that. You ask for a bird, they're going to send you onto like a full body 3D experience of becoming a bird. You're going to live the life of a bird, right? You're going to experience it completely. And then we have courage and slowing down. This isn't a fast, speedy process. This is a lifetime event. This is something that you are going to grow and build and develop over, you know, I don't really want to say it, but I'm hearing years. This is something that, you know, you may make steps, like you may accomplish part A of your goal, and then part B, and then part C. But this is something that's not going to be a one and done. This is someone, I don't feel like this is your main guide. I feel like this guide has a very specific purpose, and it's a long process, and they're here for the entirety of it. And you could be at any step of your way. If you pick this pile, you could be at any step. You could be at the part where you haven't really found your vision yet. You could be at the part where you found it, but you haven't started building it. You could be at the part where, you know, you're midway through. You could be at the part where you've almost done your vision, like you've almost accomplished it. But this is a long process. With the slowing down, I believe this is the Knight of Coins. So this is going to be, again, we have the coins brought up. So we have the pentacles here. But the flowers just remind me that this is going to be a slow process. I'm also getting with the flowers, like something is off with this, right? The flowers are growing out of this stone. They're growing out of this cold, harsh environment. The sky is green, it's not blue. Like there's something off with this picture, but it's still beautiful, and it is still inspiring. And it is, you know, the fact that these flowers could grow out of that harsh environment is in itself awe-inspiring. And I feel like that is you with this project. This is something that you feel like you can't accomplish. This is something you feel like you can't do, that there's so many impossibilities involved in it, that if you weren't being constantly shown and given all of these experiences to help develop your bold vision, help develop your inspiration for this, it would be so easy just to not do it. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like that's why they're here, and that's the pact that you made. Like you made them promise you that you would make this happen, because this is something you really want to happen. This is a goal that you really want to make happen. So they're going to be very serious with making sure that you reach this goal, because it's going to be a long process. And it's going to be a difficult one. You're going to have to have a lot of trust and a lot of faith that it can happen. I feel like you're not going to get a lot of, it's not traditional, like a traditional path or a traditional thing. So you're not going to reach a lot of those traditional milestones, and you may not get a lot of the external validation that, like, you know, you get your degree, then you get your first job, then you get a promotion. You're not going to have those steps. It's going to be a lot of trust and a lot of faith that this will happen, that you will make it happen. Sorry, I just had some coffee because it is pretty early. We had, I feel called to tell you this, so I will. We had a 4 a.m. fire alarm wake up call in my building. So that was an experience. But yeah, I don't know why I wanted to tell you that, but I felt called to. So we're going to pull one final message for you. Courthouse. So the courthouse is about negotiations, disagreements, and there's that poverty card coming up again. This just reminds me of this card. This is the card of, this, you know, is a card of poverty, lack and need. So I feel like, again, the poverty card here isn't just poverty. It's also a feeling of never having enough, of toiling, of doing like tons of work for very little gain, and feeling like you will never get out of that. And then we have thoughts. Okay. So this final message is really it's a very present one, and I feel like it's why many of you came on here. This is just saying you need to get out of your own head. You need to let your thoughts, like, I feel like there's a lot of racing thoughts going on, and I feel like these thoughts are very negative. Very, this will never happen, that's impossible, I'm not good enough, I can't make this happen, I won't be able to do it. And I don't think you realize that you're having these thoughts to the extent that you are. The cards over his head are what this person's very focused on. Like, this is the card of thinking, like, what are you thinking about? What's going on in your head? And, you know, the cards over here are things that maybe you're not so aware of, that you're focused on. So I don't think you are aware that you're so focused on the situations around you that make this hard to accomplish. And I feel like being in that headspace is making, you know, it hard for you to trust, and hard for you to have faith, and hard for you to believe that you can be blessed with this. And that's what I'm seeing as the final outcome. I am going to pull one last card. I just feel called to pull one last card of what would happen if you got out of this headspace. Or anything else that you want to say. And high honors. So this is the card of earned respect. That's someone who you've accomplished a goal and people recognize you. It's, to me, it's sort of like the 6 of Wands in tarot, if you know tarot a bit. You have earned respect, you've gained accomplishments. This is someone who's gained, like, you've gained something physical to recognize what you've done. So, you know, you have a degree, you have a job, you have a business contract, you have money. Like, you've gained that earned respect. People know what you've done, an amazing accomplishment, and that you've reached a goal. So this is just confirmation that you can make this happen. You just need to be aware that you can't be so in this headspace that you might not realize you are in. It's a very, like, challenging headspace, because it's almost like, why even begin this process, because it will never happen headspace. Okay, so that's the message I'm getting for you, pile 2. I hope that made sense, and I hope that resonated. Please let me know in the comments below if you did or did not like the reading. I normally do readings like this. I normally do yes or no. If you like these kind of readings, I can do more of them. Anyways, thank you for watching. Hello, pile 3. If you picked this pile, you picked the Strength card. To me, this looks like your guide is determined, very, very determined, courageous, strong, single-mindedly focused on whatever this is, whatever they are doing to help you. I'm also seeing an inner power, a very strong inner power, a lot of compassion, self-confidence. I'm also seeing they may be here to help you overcome more challenging situations. Like this might be a guide that pops in just to help you with like one or two things, like a guide that is here just for specific situations. This is someone who is strong and caring as well. So, okay, and we're going to pull a personality. Oh, we got child, eternal. Light attributes. Determination, the strength card, determination. I don't know why I missed that word. To remain young in body, mind, and spirit. Ability to see things with fresh eyes. Shadow attributes. Inability to grow up and be responsible. Extreme dependency on others for physical security. Okay, so to me this just gives a very fresh energy. This guide is definitely determined. And I feel like they have a very young, fresh, like feeling to them. I feel like they're going to offer fresh perspectives. So if you get signs from them, it's going to be a whole new perspective, something that you weren't currently doing or something you hadn't been aware of, or a way or a path or something that you weren't considering. And I'm seeing that there's definitely some youthfulness to this guide as well. Maybe they are younger than you, like maybe they're a very young guide. Or maybe you haven't known them very long. This could be a newer guide, when that like a person, like a guide that you maybe a first few times you're working with them, or this could be the first time you are working with them. But I'm getting youthfulness, I'm getting young, I'm getting newness as well, fresh and new. For some reason, I'm getting it. I just hear Easter, getting Easter, and I don't know why, but that's really like just young, fresh, new, determined, courageous, almost like not a risk taker, but this is someone who has faith that everything they do will turn out okay because nothing has ever been wrong in their care. They have confidence in their abilities to handle any situation properly. So I'm really getting this as someone who pops up in challenging situations to make sure that you get through them. This is not a guide that you've like you worked with before, or like maybe if you have, it's only been once or twice. This isn't someone that you've known for a very long time. We're going to pull some impression traits. These were meant to be like their personality, but it's come out more what their messages and their signs are like. So we shall get a couple of them. So we have first, clumsy. Okay, so that just goes back, I think, hand in hand with the youthful energy and the kind of like impulsive energy I was getting. Their signs might not be, like they might be so quick, like they want to get these signs out so fast, they might not be perfect. So you might miss some of them because they might not be exactly 100% what you were expecting. An example I used was, say you asked to see a crow, you might see a sparrow, and they meant it for you to take it as a sign. But because it wasn't a crow, it was just a bird, you missed it. So that's what I'm getting with clumsy. Takes themselves very seriously. Yeah, this one came up with pile 2 as well. So I feel like this, like whatever, like their mission, like this is their mission, and if they're dedicated to it, and they're almost too impulsive because they almost want to get, like, they want to make sure they get it done. Like they're so invested in this that they might, you know, make some quick decisions, some quick steps, assuming that you'll know what they actually meant, but you don't know what they mean because, you know, you're not a mind reader. That's, yeah, I'm getting that as well, that, you know, if only you could read their mind, it would be quicker. An overwhelming presence. Yeah, so if you ever feel serious and shy, okay, yeah, so I'm really feeling like this is someone who is just very, very, like we have serious twice. It's someone who takes their job very seriously. This is something that they really need to get down, and they really want to make sure it's done properly. And when you're going through these events, I feel like this is someone that's going to make their presence known, and you're going to see sign after sign after sign after sign, but you might miss a lot of them. So it's a good thing they send a bunch. It's a good thing they send like 20 times the amount of signs you actually need, because you're going to miss a lot of them because they might not be exactly what you expected. So pay attention for that. So if you ask, and maybe don't be so specific. Instead of saying show me a monarch butterfly, just say show me a butterfly. So this guide can just act and not have to think about like wait. They don't like to wait. because it's not because they're impatient. It's because they want you to, like, they want you to know. They want to get this done right and properly and as fast as possible so you can get through this situation. So don't be so specific. Give them some leeway, because you don't want to miss the signs that they're going to send, because they just want to make sure that they can get you through these situations. And I do have some personality trait cards. Only use these if you want to use them. It depends on how you view all of this. I'm going to try and get 6 because that's what I've had in the last 2 piles. So we have red hair, short hair, we have Cupid's bow, oval face, thin, and dark skin. So if those resonate with you, feel free to use them. You don't have to. It just depends on you and what you resonate with. Okay, so now we're going to pull a card to kind of go into what the signs will be like, or where you'll see them. Willpower. Yeah, that, and then family on the back of the deck. So this could be something involving your home, your family, and your personal life. Willpower. So they're going to be very strong, very forceful. You really can't miss them. If they weren't so clumsy, you would see every single one of them, because they're just an overwhelming presence. Like they're bold and they're big, and you might get sign after sign after sign. Like, they're going to hit you over the head with these. See this club? They're going to hit you over the head. It's just you miss a lot of them, and that's not your fault. That's not the guide's fault. It's just they're a little bit they're a little too invested in making you aware. The only positive sign is if you miss some, they're going to keep sending them until so you don't miss them. So you're not going to miss out on anything. They're just going to keep trying and trying and trying. Okay, and we're going to pull a card for what area of your life. I have a feeling it's going to be related to your home or family, just because we got the family card, but we'll see. Void of Course Moon, missing. Oh, that is neat. Okay, so we're going to pull some tarot, and then we're going to get into that. Okay, so King of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so they're here to help you get things you don't have but you want to have. So if there's something in your life, so this can be any area of your life, something that you don't currently have but you want. So whatever your desires and ambitions are, so whatever it is that you want. If you want to manifest something, they're going to make sure you can manifest it if it's in your best interest and for your best good, your greater good. Because we have the 8 of Pentacles here. I feel like this is your guide coming out again. And I feel like this guide is coming out here to say that they have a good balance between emotion and head, and that they're not taking these actions because they can't control them, like their emotions. They can. It's just kind of coming out here to correct me and say, look, I'm not all impulsive, because the King of Cups is someone who is emotionally calm and stable. So everything that they do is calculated. It's just sometimes they wish you were a mind reader, I think, because they're going to send out signs. The more signs, the better, because even if you do miss them, you'll see some of them. So, they're clumsy not because they're too impulsive to think things through. They're clumsy because they know that if they send 100 signs at you, you'll see at least one of them, and they don't want you to miss it. So that's why they do that. So they take some leeway with how they go about sending them, because they know that you'll see them eventually. And it's just a matter of, the more signs you send out, the more chance you'll see them. And they're patient too. They're patient with the Eight of Pentacles. I don't think they liked me calling them impulsive, but that's fine. That is fine. I can be corrected. I'm okay with that. But I'm also seeing here that with the missing and the Eight of Pentacles, that this is someone who will take their time to help you develop what you need. They're going to send out a ton of signs impulsively, like not impulsively, but just a bunch of them, because the more the merrier. This might be a very specific message, but I feel like for someone who picked this pile, they're not currently in your life, but they will be in the future, and they want you to know that if there's something you really, really, really want, or there is something that, if there's a strong goal, strong ambition that you want, they're the ones that are going to help you, and to make sure that you don't miss these signs they're going to send you. That's not for everyone, but that's definitely a very strong message that I'm getting, that this guide's not currently in your life right now, but they pop in and out as needed, or there's one major event that they're going to come up in, and they want you to know that they're going to be here. And I feel like that's the case for most of you, that this guide's not around you right now, that they either come in and out of your life, or there's one major event. Okay, so we're going to see what area of your life this is. Big, bold vision. This came up in pile 2, so you might want to go watch pile 2 if you feel drawn to that. But this is just about having one huge project, one huge goal that you want to go after. So I feel like this is the area of your life they're going to be in, and they're going to make sure that this happens for you. So this could just be like this guide. This could be one of their signs that they want you to have. So they just decided, hey, like, I'm not going to be here for like 5 years, but I might as well let them know so they don't miss me. Okay, so I feel like the big, bold vision really, really confirmed the fact that this is going to be one major life event. Understanding. Yeah, and this is something that's going to set you free. And this could very well just be you let yourself be who you really are, or you go after, like, you become free because you go after this goal, this dream, this huge thing that you want. I'm also getting that things will make sense. Things will make more sense once this starts playing, once this starts moving, once this starts happening. Things are going to make more sense regarding the setting free. And if anyone is feeling stuck right now in a situation, this guide is going to help you leave it. There's not much else from these cards. This is a lot of waiting, is what I'm seeing with the Void of Course Moon and the Eight of Pentacles. There's just a lot of waiting, and the guide is here waiting for their moment to pop in. I feel like it's not the right time yet, which is, but when it is the right time, they're going to pounce. And you might not have many signs from them until they do, because there is some shyness going on there. But they will make that abundantly clear when they are helping you with this situation. And I feel like that there's one big goal, or one big dream, or one big desire, or this could be a desire to be free from a current situation that's kind of an overwhelming presence for you. And this, I think this is a cup. I think this is the Knight of Cups, maybe. Or maybe it's the... So I feel like there's something that maybe is just in your head right now that you haven't quite brought into fruition, but you've been thinking about it. And so the guide is here being like, hey, like, keep a heads up, because I'm just waiting for this situation to start moving. Okay, so we're going to pull one final message. We have a mature woman and child. So this could be about people. This could be about a mother with a child. This could also be about your guide, your guide itself popping up. We're going to pull 2 cards below it to kind of clarify. Okay, so I think this is a person in your life, or it's your guide. This reading is a bit unclear to me. I'm assuming it's going to be clearer to you because there's so many people cards. Like, I'm assuming there's just a community around you, a lot of people. We're going to pull 2 more cards, make it 2 rows of 3, and then see if there's any clarity there. This might be just for you who are watching it. To me, this looks like there's something new. If this isn't a person or a child, it's like there's something new in your life that's going to be, that you're not going to get, that you're going to work for, and you're going to be you expect to get it, but you're not going to get it. But this is change you. Like, the fact that you don't get this is going to cause you to put more work and more effort into how people perceive you, like how you show up in the world, how your social status, what you do, how people look at you, how you portray yourself to the world. So that's what I'm seeing with this, that there's this new thing that you put work in, that you've almost, like, you feel like you're guaranteed to have, and there's that missing thing again. So this missing thing, it's something that you felt you were guaranteed, that you put work and effort into, and you don't get it. Like, for some reason, you aren't given it. Like, it's a gift that's not given to you, or it's a gift that's given and it's more negative than you think. Like, it's not as much as you wanted. It's not as good as you thought it would be. But this is going to change. It's going to change you. I think it's what's going to lead to this vision. So if you're going through a situation where something is like, you put work and effort into it and it's almost guaranteed and it doesn't happen the way you wanted it to, or it's less than you thought, that's the situation that this guide is being involved in your life, changing and transforming that. Because this, to me, is just the big, bold vision. I think, like, this is the understanding and the big, bold vision. They're going to help you understand why that was denied, understand what's coming after that. They're going to help you grow and change into someone you wouldn't, a life that you wouldn't have had if you had gotten that. So they're here to help you understand why that was denied you. That's the message that they really wanted to get down. Oh, I'm also getting here that they're going to help you keep a calm head and rationally deal with this situation. Like, whatever this gift is. And maybe this is just the fact that you have to wait longer than you thought to get it. But the understanding, they're going to help you understand. Something isn't as it seems, not as promised. You know, this could be as simple as a job you were given isn't what you were promised, right? Like, it doesn't have to be a major life event. It can be. It also could just be when there's small challenging things, they pop in. Okay, so I hope that made sense. And I think that's everything I'm getting for you. Please let me know in the comments below if it did or did not resonate, and thank you for watching. Hi, Pile 4, and welcome to your reading. If you picked this pile, you picked the Judgment card. Okay. This tells me that this guide is here to help you make some major epiphanies, to reevaluate long-standing opinions and situations. I'm also seeing that they're here to help you reflect and awaken your purpose. Like, this is a guide that's here to help you fulfill your life's purpose. So this is one that's going to be here over your entire life, is what I'm getting from this. Okay, so we're going to start by pulling some personality cards to get a bit more into them. So we have Warrior, light attributes: strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, can't pronounce that apparently, and self-sacrifice and conquering the ego, shadow attributes, trading ethical principles for victory at any cost, indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. Yeah, so this just tells me this guide is very focused, very skilled, very disciplined, and this is like their purpose in your life. and they will make sure it happens. I'm also seeing there's a conquering of the ego, so that just goes back to the like reckoning that I was getting first, that they're going to help you break down your ego so that you can go after this life purpose and this goal. I feel like it's a pretty very strong message there. I feel like they're single-mindedly focused, that this is what they're going to accomplish and this is how they're going to accomplish it, is really what I'm getting. I feel like it's just a very strong, like, this is what I want, like a lot of will. I want this, I will get it, I will make sure it happens. Okay, and this is what their signs will be like. So, an air of mystery. Okay, so this is a guide that's going to pop up and you're going to be like, oh, did that just happen? Think mystical signs. This is the kind of signs that you expect when you are looking for signs. That's them. Hostility towards you. Okay, I don't think that's a negative. I think it's more, they're going to be brisk and brusque. So they're going to come off as like maybe a little curt, but only because they're so determined to get this done that they expect that you're going to know what they're saying. So there might be a little bit of like, with the mystery and the hostility, there might be a little bit of like, you might be a little bit spooked by them because they're going to be so mysterious. I think that's really what they're saying there. Trusting and gullible. Okay. I think they trust that you will understand this. So I don't think gullible is supposed to be here. I think it's a trust. I think they trust that their mysterious signs are going to get through. And then loud and aggressive. Yeah. Like, I don't think there's any worry that you will miss what they're saying here. I think they're just, when you have those traditional, mysterious, spooky, like aggressive signs, that's this guide, and they are 100% trusting that you will get them. So they might only send one because they know that you will get it. This guide is single-mindedly focused. Like, they are going to make sure something happens. Like, do you see the arrow bolt, and then do you see like the justice, the judgment card rather, with the reckoning happening? Sure that you will get their signs because they're blunt, is what I'm seeing here. And I'm getting the impression that if you picked this pile, you're like, oh, I know who that is. Yeah, like it's just obvious. This is a very obvious signs. I know some of the piles, they were a lot more subtle, but no, this is the one that makes like trumpets blaring. Okay, and I do have some physical traits. You don't have to use these if you don't want to. It just really depends on how you're viewing this video and what resonates with you. So we're going to pick 6 of these. Okay. So, unique hair cut and color, short hair, Cupid's bow. Some of these came up, like all 3 of these came up in one of the readings, which is odd. Deep set eyes, dark skin. Dark skin came up a lot in this reading, and then downturned eyes. I think it came up like 4 times. No, 3 times. 3 times maybe. Okay. So take those if they resonate. I know some people will, some people won't. Okay, so this card is just going to be good luck. Yeah, I feel like this is how you can recognize their signs. And the bottom of the deck is answers. Yeah, so I feel like this is just confirming that these are the big mysterious signs that make you feel spooked and almost like, okay, maybe I should leave the room now and go find a friend because I'm kind of scared. And I feel like that's what the hostility comes in. It's not them being mad or anything. I think it's more just, it's really trying to like pinpoint the fact that you might feel a bit spooked by them just because they're so on point, like they're so like traditionally a sign. So this is the area of your life they'll be acting in. And 6th house, routine. So this is just your day-to-day life. This is just This is just your daily guide. This is your main guide. If you picked it, this is your main guide. Just here to just watch you and help you with your day-to-day life. So Ace of Pentacles popped up, and so did the Star. Okay, so if you feel drawn to the pile with the Star card, you might want to go watch that as well. It may be the same guide for you. I do know in the other piles there was a court card and then a non-court card, so I think it's interesting that we have a Star come up as like the court card. Okay, so this is just a guide that's going to show up to help you take advantage of the situations in your life, to inspire you to go after your new beginnings, to inspire you to go after things that are going to lead to amazing things for you, to bring some trust in the process of going after all of these amazing things. This is just, like, I'm really getting this is a guide that's going to help push you towards starting new things, beginning new things, doing new things that you may not feel able to. They're going to inspire this trust in this faith in doing them, so that you can go after them. They're going to make you feel like you can succeed at it, because these signs are going to make you trust in it. I feel like if you pick this pile, it's going to be, you're going to decide one day, you're going to wake up and be like, you know what, I'm going to do this today. I'm going to go write that new book. And you tell people, and they go, well, why would you do that? That seems so unrealistic. And you're going to say, well, you know what? I had a dream, and then I asked for signs, and I kept getting a lot of spooky signs, a lot of synchronicities, and I have faith in the process. And I feel like that's just an example of, like, exemplifies what this guide is like. I feel like this is a very short reading for this pile, and I'm really sorry for that. I feel like it's a very, very, very clear message. Now this is what they're doing in your life. Heavens, come on, you can't tell me this isn't a clear message. You can't tell me this is kind of like an air of mystery, right? Like spooky, I got the chills. Heaven sent good luck, day-to-day life, inner voice, intuition right there, right? Yeah, I feel like this is a very clear message, and I feel like they're just reiterating the same point again and again and again. Faith, inner voice, heaven sent, synchronicities like all over this pile as well. This is about receiving gifts, spiritual gifts, so messages as gifts. The Heaven Sent card is about seeing gifts in the ordinary. It's about letting yourself be helped. I honestly feel like this guide is helping guide your intuition. This guide is your inner voice. This is the guide that sends signs. Like, look at these heads. They're so similar. Do you see? Like they look so similar, I feel, with the white on the top. Yeah, this is just a guide who's going to be there every step of the way. Your daily life, your intuition. They'll help guide your intuition, send you dreams, send you tons of like heaven sent symbols. Like, this is just a very, very clear message. And I don't really know how else to say it again. I mean, I could keep repeating the same words, but yeah, this is a very clear message. This is the High Priestess card in this deck as well, I believe. So that's about intuition. Psychic abilities are also brought up here. This is one final message. Yeah, they're going to make sure that things happen as they should happen, and they're going to help guide your intuition. Send signs your way. Help develop the faith and the belief in your abilities to do what you need to do what you want to do. We have despair, bad health, and pathway. Okay, so what I'm seeing from this is that this card is like the Nine of Swords in the tarot deck. This is someone who's down on their luck. Just severe stress and grieving and adversity and obstacles. And then we have bad health, which is about periods of time where you're just down on your luck. Let me just put it this way. These two cards, this is about anguish, grief, despair, being down on your luck. And this is about, short periods of time where you're kind of forced to rest and not be able to do anything. It's a bit more negative usually, especially with despair. So I feel like if there's a period in your time that was just not going well, a very challenging period of your time. So maybe if you're watching this and you're like, yeah, no, my life has been pretty challenging. This is saying that they're here to help you go down this pathway into a better situation. I'm also seeing that this guide is here to help you navigate the challenging parts of your life, the challenging areas of your life. And you know, that's where this reckoning comes in as well. It could just be an epiphany to do something different, to do this new thing, to have faith that you can leave the bad, challenging situations. I'm also seeing with these cards that things will get better. The pathway is a card of persevering and reaching an end goal. Now there is some time here, so I am seeing that there will be some effort needed. Which is why they're here. They're coming in here and throwing you all of these very obvious signs, because it's hard to go down the unknown, go down an unknown path, an unknown like Ace of Pentacles, an unknown journey, and leaving what you know, especially if it's been a challenging situation, like a time of your life where you feel like you will never be able to get out of it. To go down this new path, this new adventure, you need to have the faith from the star. You need to trust that you will be protected and you will take the right path down this Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like, you know, they're being so blunt with their signs because they want to make sure that you take this path and you have this awakening and you have this epiphany to take this new path, so that you do go to somewhere amazing, somewhere where you can, you know, find your Ace of Pentacles, find your new beginning, find your new situation, find your abundance, find your prosperity. Okay, so that's all I'm seeing for you, pile 4. Please let me know in the comments below if it did or did not resonate. I love hearing from you guys, and thank you for watching.